One, it's the Spice Girls, Here and Now.
To a special holiday edition of Here and Now. We're at Television Centre in London with 500 Spice Girl wannabes trying to discover the truth about girl power.
Spice Mania has taken the world by storm. Are they the best girl band ever?
They've got this positivity and this sort of balls.
We go in search of girl power and choose Britain's spiciest girls.
Hi, we're the old Spice Girls and we're here and now!
From suffragettes to spice, we step back in time for a brief history of girl power.
I don't think there will be a woman Prime Minister in my lifetime.
The Spice Wars, the battle between the lookalike bands.
I'm Mel B and I'm so scary I don't even need my tongue pierced.
If you wanna be my lover.
We'll be talking to some of these girls who think they're spicier than the Spice Girls. But first, the real thing. In less than a year, the Spice Girls have become the biggest pop phenomenon since the Beatles. But how much are they a product of the marketing men? Or would we have fallen in love with the Spice Girls, hype or no hype?
The whole Spice Girls is less than 30% music. 70% is image, persona and attitude.
When they first came through the door, they were very much just 5 young girls, not exceptional at all to look at.
The energy that they've got, they're loving it. That is the secret.
It actually is 5 girls singing a song that is flippant, it's frippery, but you know what's great fun?
A year ago, what they really wanted was a hit single, and they got one. In fact, they got 5, and a #1 album too. Today, Jerry, Victoria, Emma and the 2 Mels have conquered not just Britain and Europe, but, and this is the difficult trick, America as well. They're brazen, they're fun, they're a group, but they're individuals. 5 girls who first met 3 years ago at this former primary school in Woking in Surrey. They'd been chosen from 400 wannabes at a mass audition.
As the summer evening fades away.
They had only one thing in common, blind ambition.
They could all sing, whether you would say that it was particularly good or not.
If you wanna be my lover.
Some of them have got particularly good voices, others have got okay voices, but they're all complementary. You know, individually they might not be exceptional, collectively they're great.
It took a year to turn them into a polished act. Another year and a deal with Virgin later, they released their first video, Wannabe. It was played on the cable channel The Box. Its viewers ring in to request replays, and they rang in their thousands.
Good afternoon, The Box.
They took 10 times more phone calls in a 9-hour period than any other videos ever taken on the air, and this was an unknown group, so it's completely amazed everybody in the company.
It had never happened before.
No.
Has it happened since?
No.
Wannabe was soon on air 80 times a week, but 5 weeks went by and the record still wasn't in the shops. A pop frenzy had been created.
The dealers have got kids going in and saying, have you got the Spice Girls? No, I haven't. By the end of the day, the dealers say, for Christ's sake, if you're going to ask for the Spice Girls, I haven't got it and I don't know anything about it. But you know what? He then makes a phone call round the distributors and said, have you got the Spice Girls record? No, but here I have.
So the timing of the release of that record is hugely important.
It's crucial.
You create this huge demand.
Yeah, you wind it up like a rubber band, so that when you let it go, the impetus of the propeller just pulls your aeroplane straight over the bottom half of the chart.
Back at The Box, even an interview with the girls was hitting the charts.
We lived together for about 9 months or so, didn't we?
Not anymore.
No. Do you know what I mean? That period of when we lived together, we got all our music together, we got all started writing,
Because
really
we
developed.
wrote about 30 songs. You know, we got 5 completely different musical influences.
If you put two and two.
One hit began to overtake the other. The marketing of the Spice Girls was a perfect example of its kind. But then something unpredictable happened. Just before Christmas, these latest pop icons were lifted from the pages of the tabloids and music magazines to become political pundits. They were asked to give a full-length interview to the right-wing weekly, The Spectator.
I think I was the populariser who brought them, brought the body spice, if you like, to the body politic.
The Spice Girls are desperately worried about the slide to a single currency.
One of the Spice Girls wants to stand for Sir Nicholas Scott's vacant Chelsea seat.
The reaction to the Spice Girls' Euro-scepticism was rather muted.
Before the interview in The Spectator, I don't think people like my father or Mr. Blair or Lady Thatcher had ever heard of the Spice Girls. And so I think I was the person who brought it to a completely new audience, totally removed from their teen fans.
What effect did the publication of the article have on The Spectator itself, on its circulation?
That was their best-selling article since they were founded in 1828.
I'll give you everything on this, I swear. Just promise you'll always be there.
I mean, yeah, The Spectator talking to 5 pop stars. You know, it's quite amazing, but of course it was a good gimmick. He got press for The Spectator, which is exactly what he wanted, and they suddenly got more press than they could handle, because there was the establishment talking to 5 girls on a basis of they know what the single currency was all about.
So it was a marketing man's dream.
Oh, absolutely a perfect coup.
Katrina and the Waves, Eurovision winners this year and currently top of the pops, know what it's like to be viewed as a money-spinning product. They had a big hit back in the summer of '85. Suddenly, Katrina was being told how to dress, how to move, and what to say.
I felt very, very out of control. I really felt like I hadn't quite blossomed as a character and a personality myself, and was being forced in a direction where I thought, this isn't really me. So I was having a bit of a personality crisis.
And do you think the Spice Girls may be feeling like that today?
There doesn't seem to be any indication of that, to tell you the truth. I keep looking for them to slip up, and they're there with the smiles, they're there with the attitude. They just seem so much more equipped to deal with it. For some reason, they've got this positivity and this sort of balls, if I'm allowed to say that, about who they are and what they stand for. Girl power and positivity, and, you know, it's a laugh.
Cynics say you can sell anything, a car, a bag of crisps, a political party, as long as you get the image right. Others tell you all the marketing in the world can't turn dross into gold. Whatever the truth of it, the Spice Girls are a phenomenal success. There's only one question now. How long will it last?
I keep saying 1 more month, and then there's a Pepsi deal or there's something else that they're doing. So somebody is really, really doing a number on them. Somebody is really thinking.
I don't think you've heard the end of the individuals, but you may well hear the end of the Spice Girls in a couple of years' time.
Towards the end of '99, they'll start to tail off.
What are they worth, do you think?
They will earn in excess of £300 million. In excess, way in excess. You know, by the time they've got royalties, appearances, television commercials, sponsorships, endorsements, each girl will be close, I would have thought, to 55, 60 million personally each. Because this is exceptional. This is more than the Beatles had, of course. That's the most important thing.
It's the only way to be.
Girl power may well have been created out of marketing hype, but it's undoubtedly struck at the hearts of teenagers and their little sisters across the land. We decided to try to find 2 groups of girls who embody the philosophy of girl power. This event going on here today is the culmination of that search.
More
More than 500 posh, ginger, scary, sporty and baby wannabes from Aberdeen to Exeter have been queuing up at TV Centre, ready to prove theirs is the spiciest brand of girl power in the land. Each girl filled out a Here and Now Spice survey.
Here and Now will also be giving out our own special Spice Awards, certainly to our favourite bands, and one will almost definitely be going to the youngest group here, fresh out of play school. Hello, what do you call yourselves?
Spice.
And how old are you all?
10.
10?
9. 8.
Why can't boys be like Spice Girls?
Because they're smelly and ugly.
They're smelly and ugly? Go on, sing Wannabe.
If you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
Outside, the weather was turning cold, but the crowd was warming up to what's become the Spice Girls anthem.
It used to be a man's world, now I think it's a girl's world. I think it's a girl's world now.
Everyone's like realised, that girl power is such a big thing, and it's true, isn't it? So I think everyone, I mean, I've seen all the girls here today, and it just shows you how big it can be.
1, 2, 3, and 6!
The rivalry between the Spice Girls and Oasis is legendary, but no hard feelings here, Liam.
A bit louder, sing it! What is it?
In the afternoon, the girls got down to the serious business of looking spicy. And Here and Now awarded a special prize to the cutest contestants of the day, the Spiceettes. So how does the sassy, semi-clad girl power style go down with the mums?
It's so raunchy and so sexy, they don't leave anything for the imagination, I don't think.
So how much has the Spice Girls taken over your daughter's life?
Basically 23 and a half hours a day. Half an hour they sleep.
Asleep or awake, these girls are living and breathing spice. Any spare minute in any empty corridor, they give it all they've got.
Every group here thinks that their brand of girl power is the spiciest, and we're giving them 5 minutes to prove it.
We weren't just asking the girls to sing and dance. Our panel of judges were looking for personality and attitude.
Okay, your 5 minutes starts now.
Hi, we're the Junior Spice Girls, and we're here to show you what girl power means to us.
I've got girl power because I'm a rookie lifeguard, and I have girl power from saving people. I've got girl power because I don't care how the rest of the world sees me, I follow my own instincts.
Let the reason be love. Now! Girl power! All goes together with bonds and with trust.
And if any lad says that we can't play football or something, we say to them,
Hey, mister! Watch out, guys, because we're coming at you.
3, 2, 1, go!
With over 100 groups taking part, the competition was fierce and the results bound to be close.
Well, you'll have to wait till later in the show to find out who were the winning girls. Before that, a little history. From the suffragettes to Spice, every decade has had its female icons. Review One's Joe Riley describes the growth of girl power through the 20th century.
Girl power may rule today, but our mothers and grandmothers had to fight for every right that men took for granted. 100 years ago, we didn't even have the right to vote. Here's just some of what we did, what we really, really did.
going into a man's club.
Well, you were the first woman in the House of Commons, weren't you?
Yes, and many people hoped I'd be the last.
We present a united front.
We've just burnt our bras.
Where there is doubt, may we bring faith, and where there is despair, may we bring hope.
Order, leave it to me.
I'm Jo Wiley, and that is Girl Power.
Goodbye.
Now the Spice Wars. There may be just one real group of Spice Girls, but the appetite for sporty, baby, ginger, posh and scary is so great that there's now a huge industry in copycat bands, like this one, Nice and Spicy. Competition between them is fierce, as Anastasia Cook discovered when she went on the road with the Spicer-Likes.
I'm Ginger Spice. I'm the best Ginger Spice. I'm the best Sporty Spice. I'm Sporty Spice. I'm Scary Spice. And I'm so scary I don't even need my tongue pierced.
In the heart of Britain's clubland, there's a spice war going on. Look-alike bands are springing up all across the country, and the fight is now on to try and outspice each other.
I don't think it's a spice war, but yes, there is something going on out there.
At the moment, it's just verbal rivalry, and hopefully it stays that way.
The battle lines are drawn in places like this, the Under-12s disco in Essex. The stakes are high when look-alike bands like these can make up to £2,000 a gig.
But there's 5 or 6 other bands to my knowledge. There's Nice and Spicy, there's the Spiced Girls, there's the Spiciest Girls.
And then there's his band, the Spicy Girls, brought together by an advert in a magazine. Now they have to look the part 24 hours a day.
Everyone's like, you've got to perm your hair, you've got to perm your hair. And I was like, I'm not doing it, I don't want to. I didn't want to be Mel C because I hate wearing tracksuit bottoms. I've never worn them in my whole life until I got this stupid job.
We know exactly what we are. We're not the real Spice Girls. It's just a job.
These are their main rivals. Nice and Spicy were discovered by yet another manager keen to cash in on the look-alike craze.
The whole thing has just swept me off my feet because when I put it together, I did not expect it to go the way it has done.
We've really given up our lives for this. You know, we've put our all into it.
Everything that they bring out, their books, their videos, we've all had to go out and get immediately.
On stage, I go into character, but I'm myself afterwards. It's funny when they think that we're them. It's like, they really do. They'll say to us, are you them? You are them, aren't you?
Two and two together, you will see what our friendship
of London's top nightclubs, Café de Paris, and no one here knows it, but Nice and Spicy are just about to arrive. They think they're the best Spicer-likes, but are the fans really going to be fooled?
They were, completely. Hundreds of people rushed to take a closer look. At one point, the girls were trapped inside their limo. For the real group, scenes like this are an everyday reality. But for Nice and Spicy, a clever publicity stunt.
Hopefully the real Spice Girls last as long as possible. The longer they last and the more famous they become, the better for us.
Well, it was a fortnight ago that we were here at Television Centre. From our 500 wannabes, we planned to pick 2 groups who were the best personification of girl power. But after sorting through hundreds of letters and holding 100 interviews, we found the standard so good that we had to choose 3 groups.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna... If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking it too easy, but that's the way it is. What you think about that? Now you
I think what the Spice Girls represent is the triumph of the ordinary, and that's very important for other ordinary teenagers to be able to look at the Spice Girls and see that these girls are like them, only they've achieved a great deal.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. I wanna really wanna zig. If you wanna be my lover.
When I was bullied all the time, what I looked like or whatever, it took that to find out that I had girl power, to walk away from that and ignore it.
Who needs boys to make you feel good inside? I am good. You know, I don't need boys to tell me I'm good. If you think you can't get a boyfriend because you're ugly, then no one's gonna want you anyway. If you feel good inside, then you look beautiful.
We will not be defined by traditional women roles.
Young women are already feeling, that they want to achieve certain things. They're feeling a greater confidence. You can see it. They behave with far greater confidence. And the Spice Girls have simply managed to hit that nerve. Girl power, in a sense, is sort of an ideological wonder bra. On the surface, it gives this fantastic showy effect. Ultimately, it doesn't amount to very much. It's about self-esteem, it's about you can achieve anything you like, and it's about optimism, really.
That's how I know all these girlies, because I left my husband. My girlies were there for me.
Basically, all the girls are saying, well, let's just be like guys then and just be the same and just sort of love them and leave them, really.
Sex should be with someone you care with. Doesn't mean anything if it's not.
Casual sex.
We don't tend to do a lot of that.
Girl power is about your friends and when they're there for you and when your boyfriends aren't there for you.
Feminism now is girl power. Feminism now is like looking good, looking like a woman, but like being attractive, dressing up and looking like a woman, but being strong, like what is depicted to be a man.
The whole point about girl power is that it's about female solidarity, and it's about saying, okay, boyfriends come and go, but your girlfriends are here forever. And that is very good, because it means if you are 13 and you're sitting at home and no boy wants to ask you out, hopefully you're not going to cry yourself to sleep at night, because actually you might realise actually having girlfriends is somewhat more important.
Take a look at my ring that I bought me. Yeah, it's called Christopher. And it's mad for her. Yeah, totally. But he's not going to get me.
I'm not ashamed to say it now. Every little thing you said and did was right for me. I had a lot of time to think about the way I used to be. I never had a sense of my responsibility. Back then I didn't know why you were misunderstood. So now I see through your eyes. All that you did was
Girl power.
Mama, I love you. Mama, I care. Mama,
Hi, I'm Scary Spice, Mel B. Hi, I'm Sporty Spice, Mel C. Hi, I'm Ginger Spice, Jerry. Hi, I'm Baby Spice, Emma. Hi, I'm Posh Spice, Victoria.
Girl power is aimed at young girls. It is very simple, even very simplistic. It's not about, juggling career and children and family, because that's not who it's aimed at. It's aimed at young girls. It's immensely appealing if you're 12, 13, 14. Before you hit your 20s and you suddenly start thinking, actually life's a bit more complicated than that.
Everyone thinks like feminism is a kind of shaving your head and wearing massive dungarees, but it's not. You can still wear massive high heels, really short skirts, and still have girl power.
Now it's just starting off, and then it's going to be really big, and men are just going to be like down here, and women are going to be up there. You just don't let a boy push you around, show them who's boss, basically.
Girl power don't put you off boys or anything.
No. Yeah.
It just helps you notice that girls can get what they want if they want to.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my
Girl power does have some very positive aspects. The message that girls should have self-confidence, that they should stick together, that they should just stand up for themselves is very positive. The slight negative about girl power is the worry that, oh my goodness, are we now raising a generation of sort of teenage gorgons who are going to be going around kickboxing any man who doesn't agree to buy them a drink?
Slap your body down and wine is all around. Slap your body down and zig If you wanna be my lover.
And that's all from the special edition of Here and Now. Next week we'll be back as normal for the last programme in this current series. Until then, a very spicy goodbye.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends.
Stay with us here on BBC One for EastEnders next.
Taking it too easy, but that's the way it is. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta make it last forever. Slap your body down, the wine is all around. Slap your body down, the wine is all around. Slap your body down, the wine is all around. Slap your body down and zig If you wanna be my lover.